1. Macaulay Culkin, famous for Home Alone, Why He Disappeared. Fame at a young age, personal struggles, and a break from acting. Remember Macaulay Culkin? That adorable kid who made us laugh in Home Alone? Outsmarting those bumbling burglars with his clever traps? For a while in the early 90s, he was everywhere. The biggest child star on the planet. His face was plastered across movie posters, magazines, and TV screens worldwide. But then, something interesting happened. Unlike many child stars who desperately cling to fame, Macaulay chose a different path. The pressure of being in the spotlight since age 4 had taken its toll. Think about it. While most kids were playing in the backyard, he was memorizing lines and dealing with Hollywood's intense pressure. By his early teens, he'd already earned millions and starred in countless films, but the price of early fame was steep. He faced personal struggles, family complications, and the challenging transition from cute kid to young adult in the public eye. So he did something brave. He stepped away. He chose privacy over publicity, normalcy over stardom. While Hollywood kept calling, Macaulay focused on healing and finding himself away from the cameras. Today, he's made a quiet comeback on his own terms. You might spot him in occasional roles or interviews, but he's not chasing the spotlight anymore. In a world obsessed with fame, Macaulay Culkin's story reminds us that sometimes the best plot twist is choosing your own path.
2. Lauryn Hill, famous for The Fugees. The miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Why She Disappeared, stepped back from the industry due to personal, legal, and creative issues. Rare appearances and delayed concerts became common. In late 90s, one voice changed the landscape of hip-hop and R&B forever: Lauryn Hill. As a member of the Fugees and later as a solo artist, she wasn't just making music. She was creating cultural touchstones that would influence generations. Her masterpiece, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, wasn't just an album, it was a revolution. Released in 1998, it sold over 19 million copies worldwide and earned her 5 Grammy Awards in a single night, including Album of the Year. Hill became the first female hip-hop artist to achieve this feat. But at the height of her success, something changed. The spotlight that once illuminated her genius began to feel more like a prison. Personal struggles, creative differences, and later, legal troubles started to take their toll. The woman who once commanded stages worldwide began making headlines for showing up hours late to concerts or not showing up at all. Today, Lauryn Hill has become almost mythical, a cautionary tale about fame and artistic integrity. While she still performs occasionally, she's chosen to live life on her own terms, away from the mainstream music industry that once crowned her its queen. Her story reminds us that sometimes the price of fame can be too high, even for the most talented among us.
Amanda Bynes, famous for The Amanda Show. She's the man Why She Disappeared. Mental health challenges and legal troubles led her to step away from Hollywood. Remember Amanda Bynes? That bright-eyed comedic genius who had us all in stitches during the late 90s and early 2000s? From her hilarious sketches on The Amanda Show to her unforgettable performance in She's the Man, she was everywhere, and then suddenly she wasn't. Growing up in front of the cameras, Amanda was more than just another child star. She had this natural ability to make people laugh, turning even the simplest scenes into comedy gold. Her show wasn't just another kids' program, it was a launching pad that proved she was destined for bigger things in Hollywood, and for a while everything seemed perfect. She successfully transitioned into teen movies, with She's the Man becoming a modern classic. But here's where the story takes a turn that nobody saw coming. Behind the glitz and glamour, Amanda was fighting battles that most of us couldn't see. The pressure of fame, coupled with mental health challenges, began to take their toll. What followed was a series of public struggles and legal issues that eventually led her to step away from the spotlight completely. It's a reminder that sometimes the brightest stars need time away from the limelight to heal and find themselves again. Amanda's story isn't just about fame and disappearance. It's about the very human struggle of facing our demons and choosing our own path to recovery.
Moranis was once one of Hollywood's most beloved faces, starring in mega hits like Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. His quirky charm and perfect comedic timing made him a household name in the 1980s and early 90s. But then, seemingly overnight, he vanished from our screens. The reason? Sometimes life writes scripts more powerful than Hollywood ever could. In 1991, Rick's world turned upside down when his wife, Anne, passed away from breast cancer. Faced with the choice between his skyrocketing career and raising his 2 young children alone, Rick made a decision that shocked the entertainment world. He walked away from it all. While most celebrities chase fame at any cost, Moranis chose family over fortune. He didn't just take a break, he completely stepped away from the spotlight to become a full-time dad. It wasn't a publicity stunt or a temporary hiatus, it was a father putting his children first. This wasn't just another Hollywood story of scandal or burnout. It was a tale of love, sacrifice, and priorities. Rick Moranis showed us that sometimes the biggest acts of heroism happen not on the big screen, but in the quiet moments of choosing what truly matters in life.
5. Sinéad O'Connor, famous for Nothing Compares to You. Why She Disappeared. Controversial actions and a shift toward personal and spiritual pursuits pulled her away from the mainstream. In the late 1980s, a haunting voice emerged from Ireland that would forever change the landscape of music. Sinéad O'Connor, with her striking bald head and piercing eyes.
Enjoying the video, correct? Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Please leave your feedback, hit like, share the content.
6. Freddie Prinze Jr., famous for She's All That. I Know What You Did Last Summer. He disappeared. Stepped back from acting to focus on voice work and family life with wife Sarah Michelle Gellar. Remember Freddie Prinze, JRB, the heartthrob who dominated teen movies in the late 90s. If you were around during that era, you couldn't miss him in classics like She's All That and I Know What You Did Last Summer. With his charming smile and perfect hair, he was literally everywhere. But then, something interesting happened. Unlike many stars who fade due to controversy or bad career moves, Freddie made a conscious choice to step away from the spotlight. And honestly, it might be one of the most wholesome Hollywood exits we've seen. You see, he fell in love with another 90s icon. Sarah Michelle Gellar, you know, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They got married, and Freddie decided that family life was more important than being on magazine covers. But here's the cool part, he didn't completely leave entertainment behind. He just changed lanes. These days, he's killing it in the voice acting world. If you've played video games or watched animated shows, you might have heard him without even knowing it. He's found this perfect balance between doing what he loves and being there for his family. It's kind of refreshing, isn't it? In a world where everyone's chasing fame, Freddie chose happiness on his own terms. And honestly, that might be his biggest hit yet.
7. Dave Chappelle, temporarily. Famous for Chappelle's Show. Why He Disappeared. Walked away from a $50 deal in 2005, citing pressure and creative control. Later returned on his own terms. In the world of comedy, there are legends, and then there's Dave Chappelle. Picture this. It's 2005, and Chappelle's show is the hottest thing on television. Dave's creating cultural moments left and right, his catchphrases are everywhere, and he's literally changing the face of comedy. Then, at the absolute peak of his success, he does something that shocked the entertainment world. He walks away from a mind-blowing $50 million deal with Comedy Central. Not just walks away, he practically vanishes. Here's the thing about success that nobody tells you. Sometimes it's not just about the money. Dave was feeling the immense pressure of fame, struggling with creative control, and questioning whether his comedy was being understood the way he intended. So what does he do? He chooses peace of mind over a paycheck. He jets off to South Africa, takes time to reflect, and basically becomes the comedy world's biggest what-if story. But here's where it gets interesting. Unlike many who disappear from the spotlight, Dave came back. Not immediately, not when Hollywood wanted him to, but when he was ready. On his own terms, no compromises. And you know what? His comeback has been even more legendary than his disappearance. He proved that sometimes walking away isn't giving up. It's about taking control of your own story. Now that's what I call a power move.
8. Mischa Barton, famous for The OC. Why She Disappeared. Battled mental health and substance abuse issues. attempted a comeback but never regained her early fame. Remember Mischa Barton? In the mid-2000s, she was everywhere, the it girl who captured our hearts as Marissa Cooper on the OC. Young, beautiful, and seemingly destined for superstardom, she had Hollywood at her feet. But behind that picture-perfect facade, Mischa was fighting battles that none of us could see. The pressure of fame at such a young age took its toll. While audiences watched her portray teenage drama on screen, she was dealing with very real struggles off-screen. Her journey through mental health challenges and substance abuse issues became public knowledge. And suddenly, the spotlight that once seemed so warm turned harsh and unforgiving. Despite her best efforts to maintain her career, including various comeback attempts in independent films and TV shows, she never quite recaptured that magical moment of her OC days. Mischa's story is a powerful reminder of how fame can be a double-edged sword, especially for young stars. It's not just about the glitz and glamour we see on screen, there's often a deeper, more complex reality behind those perfect Hollywood smiles. Her experience has helped open up important conversations about mental health in the entertainment industry, showing that even our biggest stars are human, facing real struggles just like the rest of us.
9. Sinéad O'Connor, famous for soulful singing in the 2000s, Why She Disappeared, left the mainstream music scene, moved to the countryside, and focused on global charity work. Remember Joss Stone? That incredible British soul singer who burst onto the music scene in the early 2000s with a voice that could melt butter? She was just a teenager when she took the world by storm, delivering those powerful, soulful vocals that made everyone do a double take. I mean, how could someone so young sound like they'd been singing the blues for decades? At her peak, she was everywhere, dropping hit albums, winning Grammy nominations, and even performing for British royalty. Her album Mind, Body and Soul topped the UK charts, making her the youngest female artist to achieve that feat. Pretty impressive, right? But then, something interesting happened. While most stars chased the spotlight, Joss chose a different path. She quietly stepped away from the mainstream music scene, trading the bright lights of stardom for the peaceful life in the English countryside. But here's the thing. She didn't just disappear to live a quiet life. Instead, Joss redirected her energy towards something meaningful, global charity work. She's been traveling the world, using her talent and platform to make a real difference. It's like she figured out there's more to life than chart-topping hits and red carpets. Sometimes the biggest stars shine brightest when they're not trying to be stars at all.
10. Brendan Fraser, famous for The Mummy, George of the Jungle. He disappeared, faced health issues, personal tragedy, and industry blacklisting, has recently made a successful comeback with The Whale. Remember Brendan Fraser? The charming actor who captured our hearts in The Mummy and made us laugh in George of the Jungle. Well, his story is one of Hollywood's most remarkable comebacks. At his peak in the late 90s and early 2000s, Fraser was everywhere. His infectious smile and natural charisma made him one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men. But then, seemingly overnight, he vanished from the spotlight. What many didn't know was that behind the scenes, Fraser was fighting numerous battles. Years of performing his own stunts had taken a severe toll on his body, requiring multiple surgeries. He endured a painful divorce that left him emotionally and financially drained. But perhaps most disturbing was his revelation of being sexually assaulted by a powerful industry figure, which led to what he believes was unofficial blacklisting. For years, Fraser retreated from the limelight, appearing only in smaller roles. But here's where the story takes a beautiful turn. In 2022, Fraser made an extraordinary comeback in The Whale, delivering a performance so powerful it brought audiences to tears and earned him an Academy Award. It's not just a comeback story, it's a testament to resilience, proving that sometimes life's greatest triumphs come after our darkest moments.